Okay, so the topic is about transforming your past. Well, you're here. Okay, you've been working on it a long time. You can go home now. You know, sometimes a song does that, it encapsulates the entire message. But seriously, if you're a seeker, you're sitting in this chair. And the key to happiness, what is it? Well, I don't know. No. Yes, I do. Being open, alive, aware, plugged in, awake, all of those wonderful words. And when I was thinking about transforming our past, transforming my past, when did my life begin to change where I became a seeker? I rode along my Catholic thing till my late 30s, and when I got knocked between the eyes by a few things. And to quote Marianne Williamson, she said in her book, A Return to Love, I've dropped to my knees to pray, and she just figured she'd probably just stay there because life got better every time she did something like that. So what it did for me was it encouraged me, this place in my life encouraged me to look for spiritual book authors that would support me in a way that I didn't even know yet, you know, that I could find jewels of wisdom within the volumes and the books where it would begin to build back up Patty who felt broken. And when you say transforming the past, it does kind of have a negative connotation, doesn't it? And I think people can get attached to that feeling of the negativity and look for other times within the future that relate back to the negativity. So really, are you healing from that place of negativity? Not really, because you're using it as an example for contrast in your future life. Does that make sense? Whatever that is. It could be something where we look back as far as to your childhood and it becomes an imprint. And it becomes that lesson that continues to teach you until you are ready to learn it and let it go. You all know this philosophy, I'm sure. And this doesn't have a phase in life in which it appears. It appears when the soul is ready. So, you know, I just started riffing and talking this morning. When I have these opportunities to come and speak for you, I think to myself from my age that back 25 years ago, when I was became the seeker that transported me into an entirely different world. I think, how can I encapsulate the words that I learned at that point in my life that would be able to tell you a little bit of the insight into my life? Because when I was down there, when I was on my knees, when I was looking for motivation and inspiration, it wasn't one book, it was about 10. And at the time, it was a time when there was the 7 spiritual laws, the 10 easy ways, the 7 steps to healing, it was amazing all the congruency with all the books that were available. And I thought, now how can I explain to you what it was like for me? Why did I do this? What was it about? It's kind of the Humpty Dumpty scenario. And it was about putting my pieces back together. And when I was talking to a girlfriend, who I'll get to in just a moment, about this yesterday, I said, I needed to become grounded again. So being thrust into this new reality gave me that opportunity to become grounded with the wisdom of the ages, the wisdom of our contemporary book authors that looked to the wisdom of the ages. It's even a book by Wayne Dyer, by the way. And these little soul messages that are in our everyday life that sometimes, if we don't flip our perception, we don't see them. We don't feel them. We don't allow that. And I think that is probably my biggest message in a transformation process, is to take that place in your life when you are really needing to symbolically get down on your knees and begin to search. Transforming the past that continues to repeat itself in your life until you're ready to learn it, let it go, is a gift. when you think back at whatever it is you're thinking about when I'm talking like this, bet it didn't feel like a gift to you at the time, did it? No, I don't think so. I'm getting off on my talk of all of this, and I just wondered how everyone is doing. And for who's new here, anybody new here today? Okay. In lieu of an opening prayer, I do a meditation. And I know that a lot of you are used to that. And before I even get to any of this, why don't we get groovy in our seats and, mellow out and let's just do this. Jimmy, I'm changing, you can see. I'm inspired to just hold that tune for a moment. Go back to plan A. And I think that what we're going to do now is encourage everybody, especially if you haven't done meditation before, but I think everybody loves to get quiet and they love to feel no kinetic energy around them and just remember what it's like to listen to yourself breathe. So I'm going to invite you to do that right now. Jimmy's going to play for me. And let's just go on a little journey together, okay? And then I'll have some music, and I'll come back and we'll talk some more about the principles that really helped me transform my past. So, all right, everyone, I invite you in this room, if you're comfortable in a meditative process, in closing your eyes, in putting your hands in your lap, opening them up, putting your feet on the ground flat. It allows for the energy to come from the heavens, through your crown chakra, your head, through your body, blessing you all the way through your feet, wrapping around the center of Mother Earth. And with every breath, if this is new for you, think about inhale that breath through the top of your head and feel that pure love coming through you, through your body, and envision grounding yourself, circling around the core of Mother Earth. Breathe in again. And exhale. Feel that pulsing through your body. And inhale. Cleansing breath out. And I invite you to listen to your breath right now. Listen to your heartbeat. I always hear mine very strong. And remember that you are here for a reason. The secret of healing is to go back to that place where, as you're breathing in and you're getting centered, remember what it feels like when you were a child. Breathe in and get your fondest memory in yourself, in your heart, in your being. Can you see yourself running and laughing outside in the sunshine like a day like today? Look at that little child right now, yourself. See the glow. See the smile. See the wanting to do good. See the joy. And all we want to do is be in agreement with our surroundings so we can go back to that happy place always. When we believe like a little child, it gives us the sacredness of the word healing. healing, and whole are the same word. When we bring that self into our lives, don't think about your present day right now. Think about the feeling of joy. Think about that child. Think about what it would be like to embrace life with this lightness. This child that you were still is. And you can tap into this child. Play with this child. You can ask this child to help you heal whatever it is you are going through. You can ask this child to never leave you, so that when we, the adult self, forget, our child will remind us. I am whole. I am healing. I am light. I am sky. I am earth. I am the heavens. I am Mother Earth. I choose to get in touch with my light self to go forward in my life. I choose to connect to that part of myself that simply glows, because I give myself permission to do so. Feel the joy and the love. And now I invite you to bring that feeling into your body here today at Lake Harriet Spiritual Community. Merge the selves. Remember that we can call on that feeling anytime we want to. We are children of God, and we are born perfect in the likeness and image of the perfect flow of love of God. One more breath in. Let your entire being feel this breath. Yes. And one more. Yes. Feel your groundedness in that chair. Become aware of it again. Feel the back of your chair. Move your shoulders. 3, 2, 1. I invite you to open your eyes again and breathe in and out. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. If you believe within your heart, you know that no one can change the path that you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. And know from the moment you try, if you believe, I know you will. Oh, believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic you have in your heart, and you'll have the courage to last your whole life through. Just believe in yourself. Well, believe in yourself. Like I believe in you. Believe that you can go home. Believe you can float on air. Click your heels 3 times. If you believe, then you'll be there. Believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in this magic you have in your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to. Just believe in yourself. Hey, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Like I believe in you. I believe in you. Ooh. Thank you. I'd like to know how many people go and try to find their childlike self. Oh, come on. I do. I know that I get this way when I'm around my siblings. I have the silliest brothers ever known to man. They are so fun. Yes, they're musical, but they are my funniest people in the world. When Jim Carrey was just coming up on the scene, my younger brother, Paul, is so funny. I went, Jim Carrey, who? Seriously? That's when my child self comes out. And I know by saying that, I just want to give you permission to find those times where it's your best friends, it's your family, it's walking around a lake and getting giddy because the birds are so dang cute, whatever they're doing, you know. And being around children, oh my goodness, I'll have grandchild number 7 in a couple weeks. I know. And I am one of them. I kind of like to, so when I babysit my granddaughters, my daughter-in-law goes, all right, you two, it's too loud in there, go to sleep. It's very fun. I want to get into the talk, of course, and I did quite a bit already about that place that stems inside of all of us where we realize we need an awakening and we need a little help to do that. When I started speaking, or singing, I should say, at non-denominational churches, it was called Key to Life, and then it was called The Center. Did anybody go there and see Marian Rice speak? Okay, well, this was quite a gift, because it was what they call the science of the mind. You've heard that expression before? Well, let's look it up, because it really is a thing. It really is a community, and they even have gone as far as calling it New Thought. Well, it really isn't New Thought. It's all based on thoughts or things, which really envelops into a lot of what we live, hear, experience, and believe in our current day life, even from the book authors and the people who are spiritual leaders. I just wanted to say that Jimmy was the musical director in that space for a really long time, and then at Unity in Unity of the Valley in Savage. Okay, I was going to say Shakopee, but that didn't feel right. So we've been on a great spiritual journey together for a super long time, and just being able to talk shop is really fun with your friends. And this community provides that. You want to go deep, you come here, you check out what's going on every single night of the week, and sometimes days. And this is a wonderful community to learn. If you're stuck, you're going to find someone who's going to be able to help you come to a place where you will have greater understanding about what it is that you are experiencing. I got to just get my lyrics out of the way so I can talk to you properly. Okay, I thought this would be interesting. Once in a great while, I will go find out the meaning of a transformation, transforming our past. You should see how they spell it. Transformation. Okay, a thorough or dramatic change in form or appearance. Really has a lot to do with mathematics as well. Its landscape has undergone a radical transformation. Well, so is mine. Anyway, here's a few similar words: mutation, conversion, metamorphosis. We've heard that, of course, in spiritual work. Transfiguration and transmutation. Those are all within the body of transformation. And when we're talking about that place in our lives where we were, where I was at my knees, the tools that I found that were so helpful to me, I talk about them every time, because I really feel like even if you've read these books, if you pull them out again, because you're older and wiser, they're going to have a different meaning for you. So, for example, one of the books, of course, was Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love, where it really talks about, when you are not with love, you are in fear. And when you think about that space in your life that encompasses that time, that one time where you knew you needed more grounding and information, was fear-based for me. I was afraid. I had not had a reality that was like this. And in studying Caroline Miss, I think is her name, Caroline Miss, she says she wrote an entire book on spiritual madness. And I think that that's what transforms. Betrayal can be part of it. That can mean job, relationship, whatever, family. That's what makes you get to your knees and go, help me up again. And so these books, I don't even remember how they all got to me. I remember it was a church service at Key to Life Center that someone gave me Melody Beattie's Codependent No More. Wow, did I learn a lot from that. And I was a searcher from then on. Weekly meetings in Codependent Anonymous, trying to find out why my attachment to how a situation was supposed to turn out was making me sick. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Instead of allowing life to happen, which is when we are learning, when we're on that curve, the word allowing comes up often. You'll hear it whether you're studying the law of attraction or you're a devotee of Deepak. When you get to that space of clearing, cleansing, identifying, moving forward, you can tap into allowing. And allowing is the place where all of the things that you have learned to help you along your journey become one. And they become the new you, and it fuses with the old you, and it finds the cracks, and it helps you heal. My learning curves went on until my early 50s, and they still exist, my learning curves. But in this 15-year period, I will say, I was a seeker. Books, yes. Landed in a job on talk radio where guess who my guests were? Spiritual book authors and alternative medicine. Okay, university heard me. Pretty cool. You know, I love that. That taught me so much about myself. And as time went on, I had, physical ailments that taught me about myself. And I really needed to stay grounded, get grounded. So for me, at this age and stage of my life, I feel like I've synthesized a great deal. When I hear our topic, Transforming the Past, I go back to my late 30s and I go, okay, what was that one thing that helped? No, it wasn't one thing. It was whatever was bothering me. Deaths of my dad and my brother, the sadness, the ache, which maybe allowed me to, give people some more slack than they deserved. I really had to come to a place of not religious forgiveness, mind, body, soul forgiveness for situations, people, places, things. And that was a difficult thing to learn. I mean, really learn. You can say it. Oh, I forgive you. But does that mean you forget? I think you take it as a marker. I think you take it as that opportunity, like I was talking before, for you to learn. So if you think about whatever that time frame is, it could be currently going on in your life. Believe it or not, this is a gift for you to learn about yourself. These things are mirrors for us to learn about ourselves. Now, I looked at what we're inundated with, if you so choose, and I'm not a news watcher, but everything is negative, don't you think? Everything in our families can be, well, did you see or hear what that one did? And it's almost like that's the status quo. I don't like to be that way. That's not how I'm made. I love that I live in a place of, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to do this. I live in denial that I have a condition. Big deal. Not a big deal. But I think that this embracing the negativity only changes our perception. And when we get to a place of learning where our perception can change and we can envelop the more positive ideas, attach ourselves to them, attach ourselves to that little child, we come to a place of knowing, allowing, and then attracting. So if your mind is thinking negative, 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 when you look out on your world, what do you see? You're going to see what's wrong with people, places, and things. If you shift your thinking, because shift happens, don't you love that silly phrase? I just love that. And you embody that feeling that we got during the meditation, and you bring that. This is your life. I mean, this is your gift. This is whatever it is you need to say in this lifetime. You're put here for a reason. And you walk into the universe. You walk into your life with this expanded soul self. That is the gift. Nobody likes to go through hard times, but they are a teaching tool. If you think about that time, look at what you've learned since then. If the relationship went bad, if the job ended, isn't there a little part of yourself that feels like I was spared? I bring this up with girlfriends who maybe had unsuccessful relationships, or guys too, for that matter. And I had one guy call me and go, would you say that to me again? Think about the fact that you were probably spared whatever that person's personal journey was. So, the thing that's hard about trying to stay in this space is remembering to pull up that beautiful childlike innocence that we have within us and bring it into everything we do. And we need tools. We need tools in order to be able to do that. Now, how many of you meditate on a regular basis? How many of you can sit and meditate? Let me ask you that. How many of you need to walk and meditate? Yeah, that would be more me. That's definitely more me, except I fall asleep if I listen to a meditation like Deepak last night. Wow. Anyway, See, you're already there. You're banking on your tools to help you learn, right? And can anybody else tell me another way that you, and please don't be shy, that I want to get beyond talking to you, at you. What's another way that you can identify? What helps you identify with this life, child life, and love and light that we have inside? What do you do so that you can remind yourself, okay, this is really the reality I want to live? Anybody want to share with me what else? Yeah, Neil?
I ride my bike as often as I can.
Oh, you ride your bike?
I ride my bike and I go the wrong way down the hill and in my mind I'm saying, wee!
Oh, so, okay. I think that was just a childlike thing. See, now, and is there a voice in your brain that says, oh, you shouldn't be doing that?
No.
Good. Excellent. I think some people would have that, and it's like, what the heck, I'm doing it anyway. Anybody else have another way that they feel? Ella?
I love to paint by numbers, and so when I was little,
Yeah.
In the cereal boxes, you could collect these certificates and then send them in, and they'd mail you back prizes. And one of the prizes I always loved was the paint by numbers sets. And so whenever I feel like I need a little bit of creativity or I want to tap into that feeling, I find one and start painting.
Are you doing the coloring books at all yet?
Not yet.
No, I have one from doTERRA, and I haven't touched it yet.
Okay.
But okay, so that's really cool. So how does that bring you peace? Does that remind you of your child? Is it just
reminds me of my childhood, but it also creates this space where it's just me, it's quiet, and just this creativity comes up.
Mm-hmm. Well, creativity is a great way for you to feel connected to the universe and the flow of the love of God. I mean, that's what the whole gift thing is that I remind people about. Anybody else want to say something? Yes, please do.
In my retirement, I decided I was left brain my whole career, and so I'm working on my right brain. And I live in the wintertime in Tucson in a RV area that has a silver shop. So I've been making jewelry out of silverware. And
Silver shop? Is that what you said?
Right.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And I've always loved rocks. So lapidary and doing the silver work is just really fun. In the last couple of years, I've taken up the Native American flute. And that is so calming and so amazing. Beautiful. Of what that transforms in me. It's just the childlike, I can tweet like a bird, or I can get my D that's lower and just mellow into it.
Did it take you a long time to give yourself permission to go there?
It actually didn't take me a long time.
You've been kind of waiting, I bet.
I think so.
For a long
Waiting
time.
a little time to do this. Yeah.
So, that's really a blessing for you to feel like your linear and your creative side have been honored in this lifetime.
Well, I have absolutely no music background, so to read notes and do that kind of thing, I cannot do that. But the Native American flute allows you to play from your heart, and you don't have to understand anything about music. And it's just cool. And when I feel like I want to be more concrete about it,
Yes.
then I'll put on a rhythm kind of thing on my phone and play to that. But
Cool.
most of the time, I just play. In fact, we have a lake home in Wisconsin, and I'll go out on the pontoon in the middle of the lake and just play. And somebody way over on the other end of the lake will say, "Who was playing the flute?" I don't know.
You will be glad to know this. We have some, well, I'm going to say Irv Williams, who just turned 99, is a fantastic saxophonist. His American Indian grandmother taught him how to play the Indian flute, of which he has a few still, and then that was before he learned how to play saxophone. So there are concerts that are jazz-oriented American Indian flute in town. So you and I should connect.
We just had the World Flute Society was in Eau Claire. It's every other year in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and they're flutes from all over the world. But they're also, I had no idea there were so many classical flutes. I mean, when this one gal shows up with
we're talking this flute.
No, well,
we're talking this one. Okay.
Right, any kind of flute.
Okay.
They're mostly Native American, but they're any kind of flute. So she has one of her flutes, which is let me get it right. I think it's a bass, alto, something or another.
It's huge.
It's huge. It stands against the wall. She has a little peg on it that it stands on the floor, and she
Yikes.
plays it, and it goes up
That's
around
passion.
these tubes.
That's passion. Hi, I think I'll take the
Unbelievable.
biggest flute and learn how to play it.
Yeah, it is
well,
amazing.
thank you so much. That's wonderful. Anybody else take up an instrument or art or after? I mean, just being in nature for you. Okay. That's me too. Is that you? Well, of course it is. I see your posts. And what is your name? I haven't met. Jane. Okay. And what's your name? Terry. Okay. You know, anybody else want to say something that brings them back to their childlike self? Yeah. I think we can hear you without it, but it's nice to have it for the recording.
I ride my shopping cart out of the grocery store all the way down to my car.
That is a scene from a movie if I ever saw one, heard one. Really?
Yes,
And did
every
you do
time.
it as a kid?
No, I don't remember doing it as
So
a
you're
kid,
giving
but I do
yourself
it now.
permission to be the childlike self. Oh, that is amazing. Thank you. What's your name?
Joy.
Joy. It certainly is. Okay, anybody else want to share about what brings them to that place of joy and enlightenment? And yeah, Jim Bob, you? I call him that way. It's Jimmy.
I like to chase my little white ball into the woods and the ponds and golf. That's where I commune with nature.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what I love.
So Jimmy's son is he 11? No.
12, just
Okay.
turned 12, yeah.
So he played a softball tournament?
Baseball.
Baseball tournament this summer and got a home run. Okay, how much of your child was along with him during that?
Well, we got to go to Cooperstown, so the tournament was in Cooperstown, New York.
Yeah.
And it was just, I've never seen a look of joy on his face. And boy, did it bring me back to my baseball days with my dad. And we watched Field of Dreams before we went on this trip. So it was just so incredibly epic. And I have goosebumps just still thinking about it now. So it was just wonderful.
It's so cool. Okay, anybody else want to pipe in here? Yeah, good. She's already a child, and I want to see what she has to say.
I like to attend kirtans.
Tell me more.
So kirtans is like Sanskrit songs where these people play ancient instruments and sing their heart out, and it's call and response. So the audience responds back, and it's just like so soulful. And
is that in the Twin Cities?
Yes, I went to one last night. The
We should have
Wildland
that here.
Bhaktas. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. But it's like almost a trance. It's just so beautiful to be in a room of people just singing their hearts out with people leading. It's incredible.
Thank you very much. Your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, okay. I think I'm looking at the time here, and I don't want to go too long. But see, we all have our times, our places where we knew we needed to become a bigger, deeper seeker. And we all have our stepping stones and our markers. And for me, when I look back on that, have I forgiven those situations? Well, yes. Have I thanked them? Yes. I mean, it's that many years beyond now where I can say that I can embody those two things that propel me forward into what I would like to think is a place of enlightenment. And enlightenment is just not something you achieve and check it off your list. We have to work on it. There's no question about it. And when we transform our past, I think we all have a personal story. I can't get up here and tell you how to do it. I can tell you that there's wisdom out there to help you get there. And the biggest wisdom is the wisdom that is inside of you. Because you will resonate with what you hear, whether it's a song, a bird chirping, the whee when you're going down on your bicycle or your shopping cart. Connect with who that is. Be curious about it. And you will ultimately transform so much of yourself, which is what transforming the past is about. Okay, so with that in mind, I think we're at a place where music might have to come into play. And I was thinking of Kenny Loggins, This Is It, but I was thinking, I've got 10 minutes. Okay. So I think we have time for two? Yeah. Want time for two? I'll do one right now to sing, and then during offertory I'll sing another. Does that sound bringing up the gifts? Okay. No one nodded at me. Okay, Patty. Okay, so I got to find my lyric. There's been times in my life where I've been wondering why. Still somehow I believe we ought to survive. Now I'm not so sure you're ready to hear one good reason to try. But what more can I say? What's left to provide? You know the song? Sing it with me right here. You think that maybe it's over, only if you want it to be. I'm gonna wait for a sign, a miracle. Stand up and fight. Here we go. This is it. Make no mistake where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until it's over and done. This is it. The waiting is over. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. No time for wondering why. It's here, the moment is now, about to provide. Well, let them believe or leave them behind, but keep me near in your heart. And know whatever you do, I'm here by your side. You say that maybe it's over, not if you don't want it to be. Yeah. For once in your life, here's your miracle. Stand up and fight. Sing. This is it. Make no mistake where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until it's over and done. No way or another. No one can tell you what you know. Who makes a choice of how it goes? Well, it's not up to me this time. There comes a day in every life. This is it. Make no mistake where you are. This is it. You're going no further. This is it. Until it's over and done. One way or another. This is it. You all make no mistake where you are. Your back's to the corner. This is it. Until it's over and done. This is it. One way or another. Here. This is it. Woo! All right, so now it's time for us to recognize the fact that places like this exist for us to get our spiritual soul food. And as in any service, the energy exchanges, you come here, you learn new things, and the energy of money is a way to say thank you. So the ushers are going to be coming around, and I'm going to do a song all about learning how to fly. This is from Tuck and Patty, and I love this tune. And while you're going around, I'll do a blessing at the end, but I'll sing while they're going to the aisles. Okay. Woo! Da 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 da. La 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 la. La 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 la. When your heart is low, feel the breezes blow. It's alright, you just take your time. There's no hurry now, 'cause you're on your way. When you're learning how to fly, no more wandering round, stay up off the ground. You will find you can glide on by. There's a magic place that is just for you when you're learning how to fly. You've always known that this was not your home. You've been longing for that place where you would not feel so all alone. Well, now the time has come for you to fly away. So you just breathe on in and breathe on out, and you'll be on your way. Da 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 da. Woo! Watch the ocean rise, say your sad goodbyes. Don't be shy, go ahead and cry. There's a light to guide when you're really on your way. And now you're learning how to fly. Now you are flying, rising, floating, sailing on this blissful ocean. Everything you've always wanted now, learning how to fly. Freedom comes while you are soaring far away from cares and longing. Take this moment and open up your eyes, learning how to fly. You've always known that this was not your home. You've been looking for so long for a place that set you all alone. Well, now the time has come for you to fly away. So breathe on in and breathe on out, and you'll be on your way. You are higher now, feeling lighter now. So much joy, you just have to go. Feel the greatest love that you ever know when you're learning how to fly, yeah. 'Cause you're learning how to fly, yeah, yeah, yeah. Learning how to fly, oh, learning how to fly. Watch the light, hey, yeah. Watch the light, ooh. There, Jimmy. Watch the light. All right. That is a great... Okay, Jimmy. Woo! Anybody recognize it already? Here we go. You'll know it. Do 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 do. Sing it, you guys. Do 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 do. Do it again. Do 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 do. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. What? Be happy. There you go. In every life we have some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Sing the toot-toots. Do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Jim Bob, are you out there?
Yeah, man.
Do, 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 do. do 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 do. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody came and took your bed. What? What?
Be happy.
The landlord says your rent is late. He may have to litigate. What?
Don't worry. Be happy.
One more
Don't
time and then
worry.
we'll be done. Do, 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 do. Don't worry.
Do, 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 do.
Be happy.
Do, 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 do.
Don't worry. Be happy again.
Do,
Do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do, do. Don't worry. Do, 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 do. Be happy. Do, 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 do. Don't worry. Be happy. Do, 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 do. One more, just us. Do, 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 do. I want to see if they're gonna convince me. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, yeah! Thank you, everyone. I'll probably see you around the holidays. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.